Welcome to the Bears on Tap Offensive Line Film Room, bringing you all 22 views and breakdowns on the Chicago Bears offensive line. Presented by Quentin Q. Crisco and the one and only Ron Luce.
I'll tell you what, it's not Quentin Crisco and Ron Luce this week. In fact, it's myself, Ron Luce, and Samir Patel. We have making his O-line show debut. Samir, it's so good to have you. Unfortunately, our fearless leader, Quentin Crisco, I think a little under the weather. A lot of traveling he's had to do recently for personal and business. I think he's a little teetered out as it is this time of year. But, sir, you stepped up to the plate with enthusiasm and excitement tonight to join me on this. I can't wait to get into it. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Ron. I am so excited about being here and watching this. And I just want to let everybody listening know, I am going to ask a lot of questions. Offensive line, this man is an expert. Q is an expert. I'm here to learn, just like anybody else tuning in here. So it's going to be fun. I'm really excited about it.
I'm also excited about it because literally, as I told you in the pre-show, Samir, you and I are so in sync with it because we are we call ourselves the O-line nerds. The t-shirts will be printed soon, I promise. But I think it's important that you come on here and ask a lot of questions because I think a lot of people have the same genuine questions. And I catch myself in Q. We get really nerdy and detailed. And some people might be like, wait, but why is that the case? And sometimes the simplicity of that question to learn is just as important as the really deep dive stuff. So very, very excited to get into it here with you, good sir. Man, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna do my best. I'm not as good as Q is on the ones and twos, everybody. So just bear with me here this week. It's gonna be a little different, but nonetheless, very, very excited to get into all of it. So we're gonna fire this bad boy up. Everybody can see what we're cooking with here on our recap. And this first one, Samir, this is something I wanted to point out. We talked just a hair about it early on. It's where this guy's lined up right here.
Yep. That's
Micah Parsons. He's not on the outside, but he's in that wide 4-eye on the pass rush here. And I think that's something critically important to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the pre-show, is I was very interested where number one was coming from. It wasn't always the blind side. Sometimes it was right up the middle. So kind of curious, what was it something that they did intentionally, or was it something that the Bears forced them to do with their own adjustments? Let's take a look at it.
Let's take a look. So we'll get this started here. This is our first play. We've slowed this thing down just as much as we humanly can. And this was the key. This is something that Q and I have heavily focused on all season long. And it's the speed of Micah Parsons. Jonah Jackson struggles against anything to his inside shoulder. If he has to reverse field, if he has to step down on the inside, he struggles. And we see it here as Micah Parsons gets that inside shoulder and has a free rush at Caleb Williams.
And here, question with Dalman there. Was his responsibility the defensive lineman if he rushed to pick him up? And since he dropped back, it looked like Dalman didn't exactly know which way to go.
Yeah, so that's a key thing to notice here, Samir. So the way I always explain it from what I know in this world of offensive line play, usually the way it's done is there's two rules at hand. There's the man-on-man guys and the what we call slide guys. So the man-on-man guys have a guy that they are identified on. In this case, and what I think is happening here, you always want to work inside out on pass protection. So the Bears in this case, assuming everybody blitzes, would be responsible for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Oops. I lost my show screen. Where did it go? Here we go. This guy and this guy. And then let him go free. That's the key piece here when it's all said and done. Now, because these two bail, that's why the protection shifts the way it does. So the way it works is This would be the man side is
Okay.
how I would categorize it from what I know as a player, and so forth. Darnell Wright is locked out here. Jonah Jackson is locked here. And that's why you see him have that really heavy kick inside to try and take away that outside edge away from Micah Parsons. Now, the slide, and you'll see it with Dalman's eyes here as we replay it, but Dalman's eyes are going to come this way because that's the slide side. So
Yep.
what it means is Ozzy Trapilo is kicking this way with inside help from Joe Thuney, who's also kicking this way, with inside help from Drew Dalman, who's also kicking this way. And that's why it looks like Drew Dalman's not doing anything because Micah Parsons isn't his responsibility on this play. And so that's how that ends up shaking out when it's all said and done. And we'll watch it here again in slow-mo. You'll see Dalman's eyes immediately go to the left there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
as soon as he sees 66 go back, he goes immediately to the left.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's the key here. Jonah Jackson wants to get out there on Parsons, but Parsons has a clear idea what he wants to do here. He says, I know Jonah Jackson's weak to his inside shoulder. I'm going to go ahead and attack that right from the jump. And as a result, you can see it here. He's in Caleb's face. As we talked about on the recap show, didn't really impact the box score, but Micah Parsons' presence was 100% felt in this game. And I again, we're going to see it time and time again, but it is fully how they utilized his speed against the one Bears offensive lineman who struggles the most with change of direction, and that's Jonah Jackson. There was a clear plan in place of saying, Micah, yeah, he's a big dude, and he might get his hands on you a couple times, and he's going to abuse you a little bit, but you're faster than he is, and you can attack either one of his shoulders, and if you can get those shoulders, you're going to have free cheese at 18 all day long. And that is critically, critically important over the course of this game because he, again, for a guy who didn't show up in the box score, had a hell of an impact on the outcome of this football game.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like he just shot that gap. It looked like Jonah just couldn't get there fast enough.
100%. And everybody else is in good position. Quay Walker kind of comes on a little bit of a delayed rush because of the protection rules. Dalman does come back and take him. Makes total sense. That's just pros being pros. Ozzy does a great job holding up here. Again, Parsons is the one that is able to make Caleb uncomfortable in the pocket and ultimately force kind of the throwaway here that we see. So here's the next one. Bears going back to a little bit of 12 personnel. So obviously this is starting a little late, but we've got, I believe this is Cole Kmet. It might be Durham Smythe. This is the game that Q and I always struggle with on this show is which tight end is which. I think that is Durham Smythe. It is Durham Smythe.
Yeah. Yep.
So we see that 12 personnel here, heavy to the left side. We got a tight bunch here over on the other side with Luther Burden. We'll go ahead and we'll roll it. I'll admit, I forgot a couple of these clips, Samir, even though I've watched them. So we're going to watch them live and in charge together.
It's a good job filling that hole.
I'll tell you what, this is beautiful, beautiful outside zone.
Yeah.
The Bears are the best outside zone team in the NFL. You can't convince me otherwise. It's truly, truly impressive how they run this. And I also love how Ben Johnson utilizes kind of the tight end inserts as like almost fullbacks in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In the A gap, he'll do it in the B gap. We've seen, Sean McVay do it with receivers in the C gap, which is kind of fun. Give a different angle.
A great rep by Ozzy. I'm just watching Ozzy on this, and he just moves this man so far from the point of attack to this and a second level.
And I think this is the thing that the Bears do the most impressive, Samir, because this is a genuine question for you. Do you understand the difference between outside zone and inside zone? Or the basics of zone?
Basics. Okay. Yeah.
So the basics of zone, which again, this is just kind of a refresher for you, Samir. Zone blocking is exactly what it sounds like. You are going to a zone. So the way it's taught on the offensive line is you are occupying an area. Inside zone, it's typically one step, and then you're making a decision. It's either you're taking the man in your gap or you're moving up to the next level. That's pretty much the general rule of thumb. For outside zone, very similar, just additional steps. The Bears do kind of run a little bit of a midline zone of sorts. It's almost a mid zone. It's a lot of like 2 steps and make a decision. So it's literally right in the middle of what I would consider traditional outside zone versus traditional inside zone. And they do it better than anybody in the league because, as you see here, and they've got it set up, Darnell's got Parsons all the way. Jonah Jackson's one-on-one here all the way. Because they have the backside tight end inserting for that A-gap linebacker on the front side of the play, you create double teams. And it's almost this weird thing that I've started to notice with Ben Johnson. I think this is why Ben Johnson's a genius and a sicko when it's all said and done. They will utilize, again, you want to get to double teams in zone if you can, but it's not always that simple. It's not like duo, where the entire purpose of duo is exactly what it sounds like. Duo, double team. You're finding double teams as much as humanly possible. But the Bears do it better than anybody because they will work these double teams and slip up to the play side second level player.
Yeah.
Whoever that is. And they do it so beautifully here. You see Dalman's eyeballs right here on 33. You see Joe Thuney coming to overtake and get to that outside shoulder because that's the key with zone. You either want to hook and get to that outside shoulder, or you want to, as I would put it, throw him out the club, get on his backside shoulder and throw him through the hole. You see it here. Ozzy is coming up. He's got 58. And again, masterful blocking. I believe this is Colston Loveland on this play. Overtaking this defensive end. And again, they do it better than literally just about anybody else in the league because they're able to, forgive me if my OneNote opens. We are really struggling. I am not Q, ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know. I'm not as good with the ones and twos here. But you see him climb and how beautifully he climbs and gets on that back shoulder. And again, that's the beauty of zone, is it creates cutback lanes for your running backs. DeAndre Swift does it perfectly here. Reads, finds his cutback. And if it's not for a shoelace tackle at the end, oh baby, it's
right there.
You can see it. We're gonna get the.
There's nobody there.
Oh no, he gets him. Otherwise, Samir, I don't know about you. I've lost a step in my day. I think I could run through this hole as well. It's a thing of beauty, man. It is a thing of beauty how they run this. And again, I mean, you are that close to DeAndre Swift taking off.
And it's out. I mean, outside zone is very timing based, right? Because you have to move to that second guy. If you do it too early, not going to help. If you do it too late, obviously the play's dead. So you really have to be, you have to time that pretty well.
Absolutely. And the beauty of zone is this is where that, we heard so much about, Ben Johnson, he makes it such an O-line friendly system. Zone blocking is offensive line friendly. And the reason for that is typically the running back can make the O-line right. And that's how it works. You're reading the tightest technique on inside zone and making a decision based off of that. Or on outside zone, you're checking, can you get to the edge? No? Okay. Then we're cutting it back inside. And this is why you see so many of these plays for the Bears hit inside, because with these wide techniques that we see in the NFL compared to other levels, tackles almost always have to take the guy and throw him outside. So as a result, that forces the cutback to the next tightest read. And that's where you'll see these continue because they just keep reading backside, find their hole and take it. So it forces the O-line to be correct when it's all said and done. And you kind of see that here as DeAndre Swift takes it, because as soon as he's coming with the ball in his hands, his eyeballs are here. He's got a two-person read right here. Where's Darnell Wright and where's Jonah Jackson? Because as soon as those guys are locked up and starting to drive their men this way, he's immediately looking to the next backside technique, which is going to be this double team over here.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that gets passed, then he's back over here, and then you get.
I mean, it looks like there's two holes he can theoretically hit, right? The one that Quay's going to fill, and then the one that he eventually does go to. Because he could go forward there, right? If you wanted to, I guess, or is
Absolutely.
it designed that way? Yeah.
100%. If this is going to work, if Dalman's able to get to 33 faster and there's more of a lane here, DeAndre Swift can absolutely take the football here. But because that lane kind of clogs up, because Quay Walker is able to get a little bit more on Durham Smythe than they would probably hope, that's why Swift's eyes immediately go from here to here. And he's looking at this next backside block and who he's able to get to when it's all said and done. Because, again, you want to follow guys that are able to hook their defenders. Cole Kmet hooks his defender, and then Ozzy Trapilo is taking his guy and throwing him out the club this way.
Yeah, he is.
And is utilizing, that's what's allowing Swift then here to come back and get to ultimately the hole he takes. Again, it's a shoestring tackle that keeps this from being a big play.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff, man. They run it better than anybody in the NFL, I'm telling you. So now this one's fun. A little more outside zone. See, you can see those double teams forming here. Gotta keep throwing the brush on. This is taking me a little bit to get used to, but we got another double team forming here coming up to this second level. We got another double team here coming up to this level. He is filling through right here for 56. I mean, this is a work of art the way this is shaping up for the Bears. And Swift makes the right read here. This is just good work by the Packers. Taking away every cutback lane, condensing the blocks.
Yeah. I mean, like 58 kind of just stood there, right? I think on Green Bay, if he got overly aggressive, he might have gotten picked up here, right? Maybe by Thuney. I don't know if Thuney released, but it looked like he just kind of shifted sideways and just filled up space in that hole.
No, agreed. And I think Thuney and Trapilo have the best block here. This is a really good slip block by those two because Thuney is 100% going to get to that second level. There are two places where this play fails. And again, this is some of what I consider if I was a defensive coordinator and I was eyeballing how the Bears operate, there's two places on this play I'm absolutely attacking. And telling my guys, hey, you need to be the more physical football player at the point of attack against these two. It's your two tight ends. It's this guy and it's this guy. And that's exactly what happens here because the backside pressure is able to push Colston Loveland into the hole and down the line of scrimmage. And Cooper is ultimately able to blow up Durham Smythe in the hole. And as a result, these are starting to shape up nicely, but you need to be able to create some of those lanes with the rest of your team. Again, zone blocking is very team schematic. If one guy messes up, there's a chance the whole play is destroyed.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happens here.
And we'll probably get into this later, but I think Cooper wrecked a lot of these plays, didn't he? As we move through this.
He's a good football player, man. I know a lot of people don't really know a whole lot about him, but he is a good football player. He's hard. He's heavy. And even with Quay Walker coming back, I mean, they were able they played a lot of 3 linebacker sets too. The Packers are one of those few teams that can actually go size for size with the Bears, which is kind of rare because a lot of teams don't use that third linebacker anymore. It's a lot of, more 4-2-5 looks than it is kind of your traditional 4-3.
Yeah, that's what the Bears play is the 4-2-5. So
absolutely. Absolutely. Keep things moving here. We got a little bit of pass pro. And I'll tell you what, this is how you run a stunt. Quay Walker.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Is like that. Comes through. He's the clear penetrator on this play. And that's the entire job of the penetrator. Absorb bodies. Because now not only do you have one rusher, because, at lower levels, like normal people, you would only usually do stunts with like 2 guys.
Yeah.
Usually stunts come in 2-man packages. But no, this is the NFL. Where freak athletes are superior, Samir.
This is Jeff Hafley just doing things.
They are running this with 2 guys. Quay Walker's entire job here is to domino effect as hard as he can to the left tackle. Because then you've got your 2 best pass rushers in Rashawn Gary, that's this guy right here, and Micah Parsons looping to get a free rush. And I'll tell you what, if Quay Walker was on my football team and did this in a play, this play right here might have earned himself a steak dinner. because all of a sudden you've got two of the best pass rushers in the division with nobody in front of them. And somehow, some way,
man, that
this
is
isn't a
crazy.
sack.
That is crazy. Yeah. Free run.
That almost never happens.
That's interesting that they line up Gary and Micah on the same side.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
I like it. I think, there's something to be said about pushing your top players at the same spot. I think the analogy I would think of is like, let's say in basketball, right? I'm getting really outside my comfort zone here. So bear with me. If my two elite players on my team are my point guard and my center, I'm running pick and roll every single play. I'm putting both of them in the middle of the floor and forcing teams to find a way to stop it.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way here. You're saying we're going to put the same two guys on the same side. Because here's the thing. Even if Quay Walker only gets to Joe Thuney on this play, you still have Rashawn Gary getting a free rush. And Micah Parsons is absorbing attention. So this is the game of block it how you want. Either you're going to be incredibly right, and you're probably only going to get lucky if you get it right, or you're going to be incredibly wrong, just as the Bears were on this play. And you let both of them come free on the loop.
Is Dalman supposed to let Quay go there if Quay goes inside of him and stay where he is supposed? Because Dalman really moves from his spot. Is he supposed to do that, or is he supposed to stay in the center there to pick up Gary when Gary stunts?
So the way offensive linemen are taught, and this is the way I was taught when I played. When you pass off a stunt, the key to being able to pass off a stunt is also being level. You got to be on the same plane as the guys that are with you. In this case, you're hoping Dalman and Thuney can stay on the same plane, because if they can, and Dalman's able to have a strong anchor and a base, he can pass Quay off to Thuney. And it's a technique of it's kind of like, think of like patty cake and hot crust buns, right? Ba 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 ba, and you're letting him go to the next guy, and you're making sure he gets there. Then you're coming off ba 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 ba, getting square. The looper's coming right back to you, because all defense is gaps. Defense is always gap scheme with the front seven. If a guy is vacating one gap, somebody's coming back the other way. That's just rule of thumb. If it doesn't happen, they're probably wrong more often than not.
Yeah.
And that, as a result, that's what you were hoping for here. You're hoping Thuney's able to cleanly pick up Walker, and then Dalman, using his technique, he's an athlete. He can get there. He's able to come this way and then immediately take his feet back this way and pick up Gary. And then even if Parsons is kind of getting in here, then you just create a big pile of shit with these three.
It's muck. Yeah, you've mucked it up. What about Swift? What's his responsibility on this play? Should he have stayed in the middle, or did he do the correct thing, you think?
So it usually depends. There's always different reads for running back, especially in the NFL. The NFL does it at a much higher level than any college team does. Usually these guys have, I messed something up. Speaking of mucking things up, we're mucking things up here.
We're somewhere now. We're somewhere.
We're getting back to it. We're back to it.
All right, here we go. We're back.
We found it. So what's happening here is, most of the time, and at least what I experienced, like when I played, we usually, the way it would be done was the slide side of the protection would be responsible for one linebacker, and the lock side would have the running backs help, is usually how we would play it. So in this case, more often than not, you're probably having Swift check here and then to here. Unfortunately, when they run crazy stunts like this, the running back can easily get lost. And I think that's what happens here to Swift. Because also Swift doesn't see anybody coming initially. He's got a split second read, right? We're breaking this down to frame by frame.
Yeah. He's got to make a decision.
He's not initially seeing any pressure. He's a check and go player. Is there immediate pressure I need to pick up? No, I'm out to the flat. That's my responsibility.
Yeah.
because you still got to do your job at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out like it does on this play. Because in theory, if he gets out there maybe a half a second earlier, if there's pressure in his face, maybe Caleb's able to get that ball to Swift or just on a check down and pray that he gets 4 yards.
Yeah. All right.
So that's kind of how this works out. But yeah, very rarely do you ever see.
I mean, look at this. Look at that. I mean, that's terrifying.
It is a little terrifying. I'm not going to lie. If I was Caleb Williams, I would be the oh shit moment is this one right here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got rid of it.
Pure fear. Does it say we have 9 minutes of tape?
We had 2:44, right? Or something like that.
I thought it was 2:44. This says 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 9 minutes because it's slowed down. Sorry. It is 2:44. I see again, I'm in a different program than Q is. I'm all thrown off too, ladies and gentlemen. So I apologize in advance. This is the play, Samir. I just want your reaction to this as a football fan.
I mean,
this is where Kyle Monangai almost kills a man.
Yeah. Yeah. This was, man, and that cold getting hit that hard is just, oh man.
And to keep his feet. Probably the more impressive part, to keep his feet.
I mean, DJ's like, what's going on? DJ's like, is the play over? What's happening?
And I'll tell you what, the person that makes this play, number 20, this is a hell of a read. Because they're hoping they can leak out Burden or Zacchaeus to get in front of them and cut them off.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're just creating a wall.
Yeah.
One of these guys is going to pick him up. One of these guys is going to pick him up. You're probably looking at a 10-yard gain here. Hell of a play from the backside to shoot this gap, because if it's not for that, Monangai is getting probably 10 yards on the carry here.
Oh, yeah. That is.
And that's a violent play.
He flies through that. So this is, again, is this the outside zone? Is there, because I think I saw, was there some double teams there?
There were some double teams. This almost feels more like, I think this is how the Bears run duo.
Okay.
Is they use like kind of the pitch. It's almost like a duo pitch. So it's, instead of just traditional handoff, he's throwing it because Monangai's getting the ball back here instead of up here. There's more time to adjust to how the double team sift out. And it's these two to here, these two to here. Your base block solo on Parsons. Hell of a block for Colston Loveland, by the way, on Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Ozzy Trapillo's one-on-one with the D end, and one of the two of you two has to get to this guy. Plain and simple. Has to get there. And it's a hard block. And sometimes that's going to happen.
So if Luther, let's say in theory, gets to 20 at the point of attack, does Monangai have the option of where he wants to hit this? Or is 100%. It direct? Is it supposed to be hit there, behind Jonah?
The rule of thumb I always tell Q, and it's funny, I'm back at my alma mater on a pretty frequent basis, where I played football, and our running back coach is same guy that when I played there still.
Nice.
He's an absolute beauty, Coach Gasson.
The
one piece of advice I always take from him, even from my playing days to his running backs, is run the hash. Run the hash. Every single play. Counter, run the hash. Dive, run the hash. Duo, run the hash. Zone, run the hash. Unless you're actively trying to get outside, run the hash. Always and forever. So in theory here, Monangai wants to hit this here. But he has the option, based on how these double teams go,
right,
to then either cut it front side, cut it backside, or stay down the hash. He's got pretty much a three-way go here, which is not technically a real term, but I'm making it up as we go. It's a three-way go. He's going A gap, front side. He's either going out the backside C gap, or he's going out, or I'm sorry, front side C gap, backside B gap. That's where he's going. He's going out one of these three gaps.
Yeah, because that B looks open, but I mean, obviously things 20 shoots it and obviously stops him from going into the A gap. But if 20 gets picked up, is the B an option, I guess? And it sounds like it would have been.
100%. Cutbacks are almost always allowed.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens, right? You get so focused on the front side of a play over here that things will open up backside here. And that's kind of the beauty of it here. Now, what I would almost want to see here, and this was something that we would do. The Bears do it a lot with their tackle guard on outside zone as well, where they'll have the guard come down on a down block and have the tackle pull around. And that's a pin and pull is what it's called.
Okay.
I almost wish there was a pin and pull call here for the inside receiver, because this is a bad angle on the field. So ideally, you would want Ozzy to pin and have Luther pull through this gap and be able to cut off number 20. Yeah. And I bet you Ben Johnson's got that built in. Remember, he keeps telling everybody that like Luther only knows like half the playbook, like confidently. I bet you this is a check for receivers. This is why this is such a difficult offense. If you're going to make the O-line's job easier, you're going to make the receivers, the running backs, and the quarterbacks' jobs harder. That's just by nature. There's going to be more options involved. There's going to be more responsibility in the blocking scheme.
I mean, and that's honestly why 14 probably gets more playing time, right? Everybody's like, 10 should take his snaps. I mean, yeah, it looks great when there's passes and it's pretty simple concepts, but on blocks like this and things like that, 14 is probably further ahead, as he should be, right? He's a veteran and, he's been in camp the whole time.
There's a reason that Tim Patrick and Josh Reynolds had jobs with the Lions as third receivers and saw the field a lot. And it's because they were smart guys and willing to block. And that's what, especially with these slot receivers, more than anybody on the field, they're going to be asked to block. Now, Rome gets asked to block quite a bit, as does DJ, even as outside guys. Like outside guys still got to block. But this is where a lot of these options come into play, is more with the slot. This is why Amon-Ra St. Brown is Amon-Ra St. Brown in Detroit, because he plays the slot and he's smart enough that he can make these type of blocks. And that's why he gets the rock, because it's, hey, you're going out there and smoking dudes, but now we can have you stalk block a guy. He commits because he thinks it's run, and you flare out behind him on a pass and you're getting a 40-yard play. That's the genius of it. Make the same things look different, make different things look the same. And that's exactly what it would be required. Like if this is Zacchaeus in Luther's spot, I wouldn't doubt that there's a check here for Zacchaeus where he could say, you know what? I don't like my angle here. Hey, Ozzy, they probably have something for pin and pull. Salt and pepper, right? I'm just making shit up at this point.
Yeah.
Hey, I know I'm locked here all day long, and this guy's coming inside of me to try and cut off number 20. And then the outside receiver, in this case, Zacchaeus, knows he's just got to make sure that this corner doesn't come inside of him here.
Now, how much of this is Caleb's responsibility pre-snap to identify like salt and pepper or whatever,
It depends. It depends on what the coach asks. And that's also the thing. This is the part that I always tell Q. We don't know a lot of the ins and outs because we don't know what's being asked, right?
Yeah.
We don't know the exact responsibilities of this play. Because you watch this, the double teams are there. That's just a really hard angle for a receiver to get to. And that's why this initial contact happens. Like, it's a fun play because Kyle Monangai, like, literally got the decal on his helmet chipped from this play.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you look at it on a football level, you start to wonder, do they understand this is a really tough angle of a block? And is there a call that can change this? And then as a result, Kyle Monangai somehow manages to stay on his feet.
Ruined someone's day.
Sure did. Would have ruined my day. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was a cold one. That's half the fun. This is half the fun of football, Samir.
Yeah, I mean, it's very much a chess match.
This one
got blown up. Ooh,
this one's tough. I like how it starts to structure and open up, because you've got Thuney coming down. Ideally, Ozzy's able to cut him off or drive him upfield just a hair.
Yeah.
Because if this gets to DJ and that wall is there, I think there's a world where Parsons kind of ruins that day too. no matter what. But you got to wonder. This is almost, see, this is why this is fun. This is why football is fun. Because just like fashion, Samir, this is just human nature. What's old is new and what's new is old. Okay? This is old school, like double wing, triple option offense. It's just more spread out. This is the old school, and we'll draw it up here. Let me rewind this a little bit so we can get back to the front of this play. Here we go. So if this was old school, I'm throwing it back to it's 2009, Samir. Picture where you were in 2009. Ron Luce is playing center for the freshman Oaklawn Community High School Spartans freshman team, right?
All right. Let's go Spartans.
We're running the old school double wing, which what that looks like compared to this. Luther Burden's a little further back. He's right here and he's facing the ball. There's another identical guy over here doing the same, and he's in a 3-point stance. That's the old school double wing, right? It's like the old Army Navy offenses of This is the same concepts. It's counter. That's what the concept is here. So the counter is this guy who's coming in motion, right? Bing, bang, boom. He's coming around the backside here in motion as this play is happening. And then he's coming out and faking pitch. So we're saying, wow, holy shit. There's so much action. You got one guy coming in, on a wide orbit motion here. And then this guy's coming like it's a sprint option of old. But no. You have the C-back who now in this case, they've just plussed him out a half a hair. You're coming back underneath and you're following your big pullers. He's got last man on the line of scrimmage. He's got next guy through the hole. And it's just the old school counter right down the line. How we ran it, our quarterback would fake the pitch, and in one motion, he'd drop his hand and let the guy take it behind the line. And you follow your big old pullers to glory land, and ideally that ball is coming right here to go right there. And it's 6 points. It's a thing of beauty, but what's old is new and what's new is old, man. It's what's so cool about football.
I mean, it just looks like the offensive line is just making an X, Yeah.
The
guys on the left side are going right. The guys on the right side are going left.
Crisscross applesauce,
Crisscross applesauce.
It's all just misdirection. But I'll tell you what, Packers did a really good job of snuffing this one out.
Yeah.
But the design is cool. I hope Ben Johnson tries that again at some point this season. I really do.
He has so much pre-snap motion that it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's why we had so many pre-snap penalties early on is, the tackle's uncovered, pre-snap, illegal shift.
The nice
thing wasn't set, all that stuff.
The benefit of having that much motion, the defense has to either tip their hand, or it's almost think about it as the cup game, right? You go to Bulls games, Blackhawks games, right? Find the puck, find the ball, find whatever, right?
Yep.
The helmet game, it depends on the sport, but it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all sleight of hand. It's all misdirection, right? You have to track something. And the more things that are moving, the harder it is to track one thing. That's what motion does. And that's how Ben Johnson uses it. So like naturally one-man motioning sometimes can tip off what a defense is running. You can at least tell if it's man or zone. And then based on the deep safety, that usually hints cover 1 or cover 3. And if they roll a guy late, the quarterback has to see that and anticipate that and say, oh, wait, it's cover 2. I know where I'm going with the football. Because every play usually has, cover 2 beater. Every play has a cover 1, cover 3 beater. That's kind of general rule of thumb. It routes to attack different windows. That's the entire purpose of it.
Yep.
But when you have 4 guys that are moving in a play, even if they're moving after the snap and aren't getting the football, and it's just to tease the eye because everybody has a run key, right? Everybody has a responsibility they have to respect. You're pushing the pressure of responsibility football on the defense. And so, for example, like if this was the play that we have up on our screen here, and let's say, at the snap, Colston Loveland's coming this way. All these guys are blocking this way. Kyle Monangai sprints out this way, and DJ Moore swings back here and takes a fake reverse this way. Now, every single player that's responsible for those guys has to go through, oh, he's going, that's my guy, and might track and follow him across the field. Now, all of a sudden, you create those wide holes in those wide lanes. Everything Ben Johnson does is it's layers this way, and then it's layers this way. Yeah. Right? It's we want to get to our blocks at the first level first. Then we go to the second level. Then we attack the third level. We have our angles. Everything's designed to do that. And then we're just going to throw enough little stuff going this way and this way. So that way, when you think you're in the perfect place to cover a block, you come just enough this way where our right tackle hooks you, and there's your big asshole. It's sicko stuff, man. This is why I don't know if you seen the jokes about like the unfortunate things that are happening at University of Michigan. I won't say anything more.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's joking like you just need a dude that just loves ball. It's a sicko to not get distracted in that kind of position.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's kind of true. Like, that's what you want. You want a guy that's just sitting there like Ben Johnson, who probably pours himself a cocktail on Monday nights and goes, what weird shit can I come up with this week? This is it. This is the type of stuff that we get to see every week as Bears fans. It's so much fun.
There's so many different things you can do with 11 people on a football field, it seems.
It's crazy. It starts to almost look more like rugby the more and more that you get guys involved in blocking. Now, this is just good old-fashioned power.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's a thing of beauty.
No, it's great. Do you feel like, and this is more of a macro question, I guess,
sure,
that Ben Johnson runs similar plays regardless of whether it's Swift or Monangai in the backfield? Or do you feel like he runs more wide zone with one guy or inside zone with a different guy, just based on what you've seen?
I haven't noticed that much of a difference, if I'm being completely honest.
Okay.
Not enough to where I'm like, oh yeah, and you see, that's a good thing though, because a team that we got to sit and talk about after the Bears beat the absolute piss out of them in the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. Like the stats show that if they're in shotgun, they're throwing the football. It's like 70% of the time. So 7 out of 10 times they're in shotgun, they're throwing the football.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's almost close to the opposite. It's like 6.5 out of every 10 times if they're under center, they're running the football.
Wow.
And it's like, okay, I'm going to bet, right? It's a gambling game.
Yeah.
I'm going to bet that you're running the football. And if you beat me that other third of the time, my offense is going to make enough plays where it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
You can't be predictable. So to that point, I think they're running a lot of the same things with both guys. Yeah. And that's why you get to see each one have success, because they're just running what works. It's not necessarily favoring the skill set of one guy or another.
It's just more fresh legs. It's just fresh legs, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, we got a screen.
We got a screen.
I'll tell you what, Drew Dalman and Joe Thuney are two of the best screen O linemen in the NFL.
Yeah, because Dalman's he's like smaller, faster center, right? And comparatively, I guess, to other centers in the league.
That's definitely part of it. Oh, geez, we're getting tripped up here. That's definitely part of it. I also think, though, in general, those guys are just so technically sound with it too. Like, I've gotten to tap into the world of college coach seminars, essentially. The cool clinics. A lot of O-line nerds love them. You can find a couple of them on YouTube if you're really curious. I think there's one from Dan Rochar, actually, from 2002 he did. And they talk how they drill technique and things like that. It's really cool. If you want to go really deep, nerdy shit, go find one of those and just listen to it. They're usually 40 minutes to an hour. They're a good listen. It's like a podcast almost. You got to watch it though, because there's a lot of demonstration involved.
Sure.
And a lot of teams, the way they run these screens is it's the O linemen have to, first off, set the guy that they're on. And you see Dalman and Thuney both do that here. These are good pass sets. And then it's you got to have a good set. And then you get horizontal to get vertical. You get flat. You get up to get flat to get out. is the terminology that Andy Heck of the Kansas City Chiefs used, which Thuney was in a lot of that video. And this is just a thing of beauty. Good pass set, and then you got to get out to get flat to get up, and they do that absolutely perfectly. Now, granted, backside guy coming and getting a piece of this isn't ideal whatsoever. This is where you're hoping that Ozzy Trapilo keeps Rashawn Gary outside on this play. Because he's able to come in and disrupt it.
Now, can you walk me through an eligible man downfield and why that doesn't, or how do you avoid it with screens, and why that necessarily screens are designed to make sure that doesn't happen?
Screens are designed to make sure it doesn't happen because screens are thrown behind the line of scrimmage. It's a lateral, technically.
Got it. Okay.
As long as you're lateraling the football, that's like a pitch. Like if you pitch it to your running back, that's a lateral, right? So technically, a lot of coaches, and this is like a coach thing. If you ever meet a coach, ask them. They'd be like, ask them, how do you treat the screen game in relation to like pass versus run? Most coaches will tell you that the screen game is an extension of the run game.
Yep.
And it is, right? It's a lateral because it's behind the line of scrimmage. So you're essentially saying, hey, we're running a halfback pitch, but instead of it being a halfback pitch, we're throwing it to the receiver outside. But we're getting guys out in front. They can go downfield because it's behind the line. So that's why.
And if it hits the ground, it's not a fumble because it's still a forward pass.
It's still a forward pass, but it's behind the line of scrimmage. So by definition, it's a lateral. It's just a lateral. You can lateral the ball forward as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage. That's why, like the plays where a receiver comes in jet motion and the quarterback catches it and flips it forward. That's why it's technically considered a pass. That's why screen yards are part of your passing yards, right? Because it's still a forward motion, but because it's behind the line of scrimmage,
those linemen can get down.
Linemen can get downfield. So it's a weird kind of gray area of football, but that's kind of how screens are kind of a blend of the run and pass game. That's the closest you can truly get to blending the plays is a screen. And that's exactly what happens here. Jonah Jackson's fun to watch too, because he's just a big bully and he likes to just absolutely destroy people as often as he humanly can. But it's a good play by Swift. He's able to get upfield, get something out of it when it's all said and done. We'll try to go a little bit faster here. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
Yeah,
no, it's okay.
I'll
One day we'll do just an all out, like, Hugh brings 10 minutes of tape and we prepare for 5.5 hours of diving in. Just the ultimate live stream. We'll do it to like fundraise money for a Chicagoland charity or something. We'll have some fun with it. The O-line-a-thon, that's what we'll call it.
Oh man.
But this is just good pass pro from the left side. Right side though, Jonah Jackson continuing to get beat. They know he can't handle speed on his edges, and it's exactly what happens here.
Yeah.
Parsons
was outside shoulder this time instead of inside shoulder.
And Parsons does a nice job banging Darnell Wright off his block. He's not able to get back after Swift has a nice chip. This is well schemed up to get the lone sack that I can at least recall on Caleb during the game. Here we go. Once again, Parsons working against Jackson. This time, he had a good initial punch. And then you see Dalman. He's kind of creeping. He's like, hey, I'm here to help in case this goes wrong. Sure enough. And then just unfortunately, Luther sits in the hole, doesn't keep moving. Caleb expects him to keep going and isn't able to get there. I also love this. This is that old pistol full house formation. You used to be able to run this, man. You used to be able to run this pretty regularly in like Madden 2006. I used to run this all the time. It's kind of like the triple option in a way. You could run it in a way where you can kind of get, we can get sicko with it, where he can come in motion behind. He can come this way. He can come this way. And you can fake handoff and then like fake a pitch to him.
Yeah,
it's kind of the double wing, it's pistol formation double wing. What's old is new and what's new is old, man.
Yeah. This is
Always
like Ben's got so many different formations.
It's fun. That's why, Samir, that's why I'm so excited to freeze this Sunday.
Yeah.
Is because I want to see this in person. I want to be surprised when it's like, what the hell is this? I'm ready for that moment. It's going to be a Kodak moment, truthfully.
I mean, it's going to be cold and fun for you. But don't you like on TV, you can at least like rewind and be like, who was that? What just happened there?
Yeah, I'll go watch the all 22. There's something about being there. I'll tell you what, even in football, it's something about like how guys break the huddle. Sometimes you can almost like see it in the way they're jogging out there. They're a little more excited and juiced up for the play than they normally would be. So it's either coming their direction or maybe they get a chance to have a big block. Like it kind of, you're able to turn your attention a little bit. It's like any other sport. You see things developing kind of behind the play. Mm-hmm. I think you get a little bit of more of that being in person. Hey, and I'll tell you what.
Is that Edgerrin Cooper that just comes such a long way on this play?
Yeah. He was a difference maker, man. Or I don't know if this isn't Cooper. Cooper's here.
33? Oh. Okay, never mind. Whoever this guy coming in,
yeah.
33. He came a long way. But Swift, I mean, did the best he could, but got definitely pushed back into Caleb.
Yeah, that's tough.
33 made an excellent play here.
Sure did. But guess what?
Yeah. 18's fast, man.
You know who number 18 is? Greased up deaf guy.
Yeah. Greased up deaf guy.
It doesn't matter. They get their hands on him. This throw was sick, man. I thought back to that Minnesota game when he dropped it in the bucket to Swift last year.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw this throw, that's where that took me back to. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. I remember this throw. He's really good at this. This is gross. This is so gross. This is this is genuinely one of the best throws I've ever seen on a football field. This is next level. Running to your right in a full sprint and just being able to drop this in a bucket. You know what? You know what I've noticed? This is what Caleb Williams is. Samir, are you a big golfer?
Yeah, not professionally, but
No, but you enjoy golfing.
Yeah.
You'll understand the reference then. The guys that have the big arm, quarterback is like golf. Everybody loves the guy that's got the big arm. Everybody loves the guy that can drive the ball 400 yards.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that guy because it's for show. Whoa. Wow.
The T, yeah.
You see that? It was crazy. You know what Caleb is? Caleb's the dude that from inside 100 yards, he puts it within 6 inches of the hole. Just the finesse guy. With the wedge
on the move,
just nasty wrist on the chip, just insane touch. That's what he is. Yeah, on the move and weird in the sand, one leg in the water. Like that's Caleb Williams. He's got the arm. Don't get me wrong. He can respectably bomb it. He's getting it 300 yards down the fairway. But when he does this shit, this is the stuff you go, oh my God, that was gross.
Yeah. But then you're like, why can't you make this 5-foot putt, man? Like, how did you miss the 5-foot putt?
You're always going to have that guy. Though.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens, man. He's still learning.
I mean, this is a sick throw.
This is so good. Honestly, I don't even care what happened on the offensive line side. Sometimes this show turns into a number 18 glazing show. And that's what this is right here. This is one of the best throws I've seen in my entire life.
This one and the Zacchaeus throw, this game, those are the two best throws. Like, he's had this
his highlight reel at the end of this season is going to be epic. I'm so excited to watch it.
All right, looks like Quay. All right, well, you get a little
good old fashioned base block.
Oh, this is it.
Oh yeah, even with Parsons in his face, it doesn't matter. He said, "I see you, Micah. You don't mean shit to me, dog."
Oh my God! And the catch actually by Zacchaeus is also underrated. I mean, that's a pretty money grab.
I'll tell you what. This is why Q is the greatest producer ever when it comes to this. Q always throws a couple of plays in here just because Caleb does something crazy. Like he does. It's like, yeah, the offensive line did something good here. This is a good pickup by Jonah, noticing that guy's more dangerous. Swift can come through and pick up the other guy.
Yeah.
Like, this is good. This is how you'd want them to block.
Good team football. Yeah.
Good run action. They fire out. This is good play action when it's all said and done. And then, yeah, man, just from here on out, it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter.
Jesus, take the wheel. Darnell Wright couldn't get a piece of Parsons. You know why? Because Caleb Williams had a dunk on his ass.
Oh, my God.
And throw a dot.
What a throw.
It's so good. It's so good.
Now, the Packers actually were complaining that Micah got held quite a bit. I don't know if we've paid enough attention to that on these slow-mos, but it hasn't been, I don't know, we haven't seen anything super noticeable yet, have we?
We haven't, but I'll tell you what, there's holding on every play.
Yeah,
if you don't think there's not,
play.
This is a good play too. Oh, I know why this one's in here. So Samir, you've watched this show long enough. You'll know where this is coming from. This, my friend, is the epitome. The rest of this play, like, it's blocked nicely. But again, bad angle, really bad angle for DJ to try to get there. You're hoping DJ gets there and gets enough to clear him out.
Oh, he's not even close.
Not even close. But you know why? You know what you keep doing? You push the pile, Samir. You push the pile. You block till the whistle's over, baby. Because if it isn't for that, dude, they walk into the end zone on this play because of it. This is such good heads-up football from Dalman and Thuney to just go, nope, getting in there. He's getting in. They haven't blown the whistle yet. Block until they stop the play. And this is a thing of beauty. This is completely legal, folks. You're allowed to do this. Push the pile, baby. If they're not going to blow the whistle, keep those feet moving, man. Oh, this is a thing of beauty. I remember watching this in live, and I saw Monangai get stood up, and I went, oh, shit. And then in a split second, my mood changed because those two big old horses got on his back and pushed the pile. And I screamed at my television. Q, this one's for you. That's why you push the pile, baby. And it felt so good. It felt so good because it brings me back to watching these on the All 22, man. Push the freaking pile.
What's Loveland's responsibility on this play?
So Loveland's responsibility here, I think, is Cooper, but Cooper comes on a blitz, so Dalman has to pick him up in that gap.
Okay.
And then Loveland, his next job is just to look for whatever is at the next level. So in theory, when Cooper starts back here, that's Loveland's guy. This is where the hole is supposed to open up. DJ's supposed to try to get here and either throw him through or get just enough of him where Monangai can come here and bounce this way.
I mean, DJ's not even close.
It's a hard angle. It's a tough block. It is a genuinely tough block. But because Cooper comes on a blitz, Dalman does the right thing. You linemen always, you're working a man, but you also have a gap. And that's it. In this case, what Dalman has. He's got this backside run gap here. They're working the double team, but they're trying to work up to that next level too, looking for Walker. But because this guy comes and he's the most dangerous, Dalman comes up and takes him. That's the right call. Ideally, Loveland would adjust and come for Walker. But really, his main job is, hey, this is a 2.5-yard play. If there's anybody in this alley right here, blow him up. And if nobody's there, just it is what it is.
Go into the end zone. Yeah, go into the end zone. Yeah.
Go party with your team.
That guy's going to be right behind me, right? In theory.
In theory, exactly. Come and celebrate with Monangai when he gets in the end zone. Yeah. They're able to do that because Dalman and Thuney are nasty. They walk them into the end zone. It's a thing of beauty. Now this is fun. This is the good old 7-Up. This is the Brian Flores sickoisms. DA does this sometimes too. It's 7-Up. You play the guessing game. Who's got who? Because somebody's going to bail. Not all 7 are going to come. And if they do, if all 7 come on a blitz, somebody's going to be wide open behind it. And I'll tell you what, man, they do a nice job of really, messing it up. Because I'll tell you right now, and this is what I've told Q on this before, especially when we talk about the Vikings. Technically, you should never expect two players to be in the same gap. Cooper and Gary here are told go to the same gap and just see what happens. This is how defense is adjusting to offensive football. Hey, we're going to take gambles. We might throw two guys in one gap. Technically, we shouldn't do that if you're playing by your principles, but we're going to give it a shot. And if we're right, it's going to be worth it.
Well, it looks like they had a hat on a hat initially, right?
Yeah.
If Monangai steps up and takes, was that Cooper? Then it looks like you got hat on hat there for a little bit, but then Ozzy really kind of, I guess he was supposed to stay with Gary. I'm not sure. He kind of drifts way inside.
And this is one of those situations where these are things that unless you're in the room and they're teaching you how to do it, I'm just going to hypothesize, but this is what I would be playing because this is the NFL type stuff. Hey, you two here, we got 7 on the line. We know we're going to have matchups. Let's see if we can get you guys 2-on-2 versus the tackle and the running back.
Mm-hmm.
If you come free or you come free, your entire job is pinch and essentially penetrate on the running back like a stunt. Because if you watch, Gary's looping here. And Cooper's attacking this outside shoulder of Monangai. This is a stunt. It's a stunt on the running back and the tackle. So instead of stunts being, stunts on the guard and the tackle, now they're taking it to that second level because running backs and receivers get so involved with pass protection. And they're saying, you come in here and try to get this guy. See, he comes straight up the field.
And then he basically picks Ozzy, right?
That's the point. Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you got pressure in Caleb's face. And then Caleb still somehow gets away because he's like that.
Greased up tough guy.
Greased up tough guy, man. He's hysterical. He's the most annoying quarterback for a defense to play against.
Yeah.
In the league. And it's not even close. And I'm just so happy he's on our team because if he played for any other team in the NFC North, I would want to lose my mind. And this is going back now to kind of what we saw earlier in the game. This is that Smythe coming in. We're doing things
Looks
again.
Like is this a counter?
No, this is just outside zone. But this is outside zone, Samir. This will look familiar.
Yeah.
Where Smythe's coming in motion, he's inserting in this front side A gap to take this guy. We're here, and then it's these two are working here to anything backside, and he's cutting off here. So this is exactly kind of what we saw. I think it was like the first or second play of our video tonight was this exact play. And they're just adjusting now. So they're climbing to the next level and working it out in the same way. And I'll tell you what, this is run pretty well.
It's a good run by Swift.
I'm not mad about that. I'll take that's what. Where does that football start? They get 5 yards probably here. I'll take that. I'll take 5 yards to carry every single day. You're getting 5 yards to carry, you're winning a lot of football games.
Yep.
I'm very okay with that.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 yards on that play. You'll take that. You'll take that every single time. And this is where you can tell Q does this typically in chronological order. This is where like that second half is starting to come in now. You saw the Ben Johnson adjustments. This is how they started to attack it. Hey, we like that. That worked early. We like this. Oh, we like that. We're going to keep running that more. This is the genius of Ben Johnson. Good teams can win the first half. Great teams come back and win the second half. And that's how I felt about the Bears, even though the Packers won this football game. I genuinely think that's why you've seen on every national media outlet over the course of this week that everybody's saying this was the best loss that a team has taken this year because the Bears still played that well, and the Bears are for fucking real. And anybody that doesn't think otherwise is just purely lying to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
This is a football team that will wear you the fuck down. This is another example of that. Just wearing people down. Jonah Jackson.
Jonah. Yeah.
Just
Jonah.
Body slamming people.
Yeah. Took him down there.
He takes 2 out.
Nice block by Cole, too.
Absolutely. I think Cole's Cole Kmet's blocking has genuinely been impressive. He's been spectacular. I hope I'm gonna die on this hill. I had this conversation with my wife the other day because my wife and I talk football. That's our relationship.
That's beautiful.
And we were talking about, she asked, she was like, do you think DJ Moore gets traded? And I said, it could happen. I said, it costs a lot of money. I was like, there's 4 players that cost a lot of money that for cap reasons could probably either get released or like restructured, and it would make sense. Tremaine Edmonds, we see how the defense misses him. I think he's keeping his contract the way it is.
I think so too.
Montez Sweat, same thing. I don't think Montez is going anywhere.
I agree.
I think the approach to Cole Kmet is you go to him this offseason and you say, Cole, we love you. You're from the Chicagoland area. You are Chicago at its heart. You played at Notre Dame, which is for some reason Chicago's unofficial big college football team because South Bend, Indiana makes a lot of sense. And everybody just like, I don't get it. I hate Notre Dame. I will be on record saying that. I think they're a joke of a university and a football program. Although I really do love Marcus Freeman. I think he's a great football coach. He's the only good thing about that university right now. Cole Kmet is like Chicago, just defined. He is that guy. Tight end's kind of a rugged blue collar position. It fits the city.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to Cole Kmet this offseason if I'm Ryan Poles and saying, look, we will extend you. In fact, we'll give you 4 years. We'll give you that extra year of security. But we have to pay you less. And it'll allow us to take your cap hit next year and lower it a little bit because we can push it out over the course of your contract. Mm-hmm. And we'll find ways to make it worth your while. Maybe they defer a little bit of money down the road. Hey, Cole, you're going to get paid for 3 years after you're done playing like $2 million a year or $1 million a year for like doing us a favor. Like we'll almost give you an annuity of sorts. And then, hey, because you're a Bear for life, you're never going to have to work another day in this city ever again because you're going to get media opportunities, autograph opportunities. You're going to make money of just being a Chicago Bear after your playing career. Keep coming back and doing this shit. And that's why they should do that with him because he's such a good blocker and he'll get his catches when he needs to, but he's not going to put up a lot of big stats in the Ben Johnson offense. Unless like maybe if DJ Moore gets traded, he does get a little bit more work. But to me, DJ Moore is the one player that's expendable on that roster that makes a lot of money. So it was a long-winded way to say that's what they should do with Cole Kmet. And I think that's where that opportunity could arise in the offseason when they need to find a way to make money. But yeah, he's been such a good blocker all year, man. He's been fun to watch in the blocking game. That's why I wish it would have worked again and he would have gotten his touchdown on that fourth down play. Because if he gets to be the guy that like is the dart in the chest to the Packers after being the dart in the chest to the Eagles, man, pay him tomorrow. It's okay, just pay him. I love me some Cole Kmet. He's been really good in the blocking game, man. He's that's what's allowed them to do this because they brought in Loveland. They knew he was a good blocker, but he's a good receiving threat. They brought in Durham Smythe because they know what he is as a blocker. That was Ben's guy in Miami when he was the tight end coach. And then they told Kmet, they were like, we know you're a good blocker, but you got to really commit to it. And he was like, bet. And that's why they're able to do this shit because they use 3 tight ends, probably the most of anybody in the NFL. But it's awesome to watch because
it's a great play. Yeah, it was a great play.
It's fun. Football's fun, Samir. I sound like Q now. Football's fun. There's another one of those backside cuts. I think, you know what? I think the reason that Monangai has earned so much touch in this offense is his ability to hit these cutbacks. Because I think he does it better than Swift does.
Yeah.
He's been really, really good at it. More outside zone.
Yeah, look at Dalman there.
How about Olamide Zacchaeus one-on-one against Micah Parsons here and actually delivering a beautiful block? This is why, to your point earlier, Samir, this is why Zacchaeus still gets reps. He could take on one of the best DNs in the league and completely drown him out of a run play. even though Darnell gets absolutely
Darnell got
hip
pushed.
tossed.
Yeah. Darnell got pushed back there. Darnell had a rough one, didn't he?
I think he did have a little bit of a rough game by his standards for sure.
By his standards, yeah.
And he didn't even see Parsons that much. I think just the chaos that they brought to that side, knowing they could exploit Jonah Jackson, they tried to take Darnell Wright out of this game as much as possible. And they did a good job, especially early on, because
he's getting pushed back by a DB here.
Yeah, and this is the thing about the Packers, man. They come downhill hard on defense, no matter what position. That's why they're good defense. They got guys at every level that come ready to play and fill the gap and will light somebody up if it's all said and done. I'm trying to blaze through these a little bit more here, Samir, so we can get to everything.
Yeah.
I also
no worries.
This play was fun. We can spend a minute on this one. This play was fun.
Yeah.
The fake
misdirection there.
The fake reverse with the little underhand toss to DeAndre Swift was a favorite play of Ron Luce's from this past game for sure.
I love with Ben Johnson's concepts is like there's never on these plays the receiver or the back whoever's getting it isn't out there by themselves. There's always one lineman in front of them, like ready like right here. Dalman's like, "Yep, I got you. Follow me. I'm just gonna destroy whoever's in front of me." And it's just set up so well.
They also do it better than anybody because they have good veterans on the O-line that know how to do this. They set their blocks up and they do it better than anybody because I'll tell you right now, we'll let Dalman play here for a second. This is the perfect example of you still got to set your guy. You got to make it look like a normal play. You can't just run out to your spot because teams will sniff that out in a heartbeat. Yeah. He's got his eyes downfield trying to sell that he's looking at Cooper. He's getting a piece and getting a body on this guy here. He knows damn well he's slipping out to this area over here, but you got to make it look like it. And that's what veteran smart O-linemen do. And that's what they have, whether people like it or not. All three of these guys are smart and they know what Ben asks because Jonah played for him. And these two are two of the best in the league. Keep his eyes. He identifies this target here. Now he sees the action out of the peripheral. Get out right in front. This is a timing drill. They'll work this in practice, I bet you, all the time. Timing drill. Get out in front. Mirror your guy. Swift, you make a one cut and make a play happen.
Yeah.
They do it so well. Samir, I'm not used to beautiful football, like intricately beautiful football.
I'm thinking about what you guys did last year. And how vastly different this tape must have been for you guys last year. I gotta go back and watch some of those episodes.
Samir, when I tell you I had my nightcaps of sorrows, it was a lot of nightcaps of sorrows last year because that was absolutely brutal to watch at times. I will say, you know who was my favorite player on that offensive line last year to watch? It was often a Coleman Shelton just travesty because
we got fire, man.
That poor guy would get absolutely crushed.
Yeah.
Every opportunity he got to give some love to the comment section here. I realized again, I don't do this well. This is what Q is here for. I don't like this. Rod's being mean out here with Browns beating the Bears on a last-second field goal. Don't you say that. Please don't.
Yeah, actually, I want to ask you about that towards the end. How you think Myles Garrett will be similarly used or is similarly used to what we saw with Parsons, but we can get to that as we wrap up the show.
100%. Plenty going on here.
All right, let's take a look at this. Let's see. Was this a designed Caleb run or kind of a... Oh, never mind. It was a different play.
Oh, yeah. This one's just a good old-fashioned handoff.
Mm-hmm. I see Ozzy on the ground there.
Oh, Samir, I think we lost your mic there, Ben. Nope. I think you unplugged your mic. While Samir works on his mic there. Yeah, we don't like that. Sorry, we do read the chat. Rod, I am not normally the one running this, so I apologize. Is Miles going to eat this weekend? I hope not. He probably will, but I hope not. Couple other comments here. Oh, now we got him.
All right. I just unplugged all my contraptions, and we're just gonna raw dog it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. These plays are always fun. I'm telling you right now, we're going to start to see more of these. As soon as teams start to overcommit to receivers coming back here on this backside, it's going to leave these guys open. They're just going to start writing boot off that all day long, especially in the playoffs, if they can get there. That's exactly how they would line that up. And that's how they're starting to make it look, too, because of how Darnell Wright's coming back here on this play. So if you watch number 58, he's doing the slingshot block here. He's trying to get to the outside. So they're making it look like they're sealing the edge.
Yeah.
And then having DeAndre Swift sneak out the other side. Again, just crazy play concept, man.
Another good combo block from Dalman. Like I've seen him a lot on this tape here. Just doing all the dirty work there. Right there. Nice seal on Quay there.
A really nice seal. I think Dalman had a really good game.
He did. Ozzy looked like he got a slam move there and could have impacted the play, but Swift made it through before it was impacted.
Here's
the Burden screen, right? Okay.
More quick game. And the O-line gets out and does a beautiful job here.
Yeah.
This is good on Burden, too, just getting upfield and getting whatever you can get. Some guys will dance too much when they catch screens. And, again, it's incredibly hard when you're moving like this to get a clean block on everybody as the O-line.
Mm-hmm.
So as a receiver or a running back, you just got to get upfield and try to get what you can. If it sets up the way you can and it's a home run hitter, great. Otherwise, you just got to get what you can get. And this was a nice job by Burden here, just knowing the situation and saying, I'm getting upfield. I'm trying to get as many yards as I can.
All the jerseys in white, yeah.
Yeah, follow the big men. They'll take me to the land of promise. This just looks like a little bit of duo with kind of the backside split. This is a tough one for these double teams because both of them get beat to the inside. Another, again, I'll tell you what, Ben really leaves his receivers out to dry sometimes. Like he really asks a lot of these guys. I'm gonna have everybody keep their eyes peeled here on this guy right here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ground to cover.
He's got to get all the way to 29. He's got to get to McKinney on this play. This is not an easy block whatsoever. And he tries to, he gets enough. Like, you're hoping that's going to be enough on a quick hitter like that. But McKinney just...
Well, he's pushing him into the hole a little bit.
Able to sneak off. And, yeah, it's a tough block. You're hoping he's either able to throw him out the club and there's a cutback here, or just he gets a piece of him where he's slowed up a minute.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Because you can make the argument here, Samir. If 96 isn't able to sneak inside here, Swift can just keep it right up that gap, and McKinney's not even there to make the play.
Yeah, that's true.
Just unfortunately, it's a good play by 96. Otherwise, it's probably a touchdown. Jonah Jackson's already got Cooper in the end zone when it's all said and done. Back to more of the full house pistol look. Able to get some chips there as well with Kmet, and this is good. This is a good pass, bro. This is how they started to really turn it around, I think. You started having Darnell really help and be alert of Parsons. And you're almost asking your tight end, hey, Durham, if Cooper comes, you're one-on-one. You might get a little help from Wright, but we want him helping on Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
And they're able to just create a big pile of shit once again. Darnell Wright just tries to physically abuse Micah Parsons on this play.
That was a great pocket.
And this was that nice little comeback route from Burden. This is a new route that's actually become really popular. Is you're a traditional comeback route. You run, you make it look like go, and you break to the outside toward the sideline. You come back for the ball. That's like your traditional comeback route. I forget the exact term that they're using now, but what receivers are doing is they're running like they're running a go, and they're breaking down and they're coming in straight back on the same line, allowing quarterbacks just to hit them in a spot. And then they got to make a play one-on-one. And this was a really nice job by Burden on this too. No, it's an O-line show, but we'll get all into the football here. Burden to be able to one-on-one matchup here, making a man miss in open field and getting that yards after the catch. And again, because of that good protection you had up front, good action. Monangai gets a piece of a guy. Your tight ends get a little bit of a piece. And Caleb's got plenty of time to get this ball out.
It was nice that it was open.
It's a good-looking play.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked about on the recap show, Samir, I think Luther had a great game.
He did. He just comes back for the stiff arm.
Luther Burden hates the Green Bay Packers.
Good, he should.
And it's awesome. I'm such a fan. This is a rare Darnell Wright versus Micah Parsons rep.
Nice.
And once again,
he's feel for. I mean, Caleb's a lateral pocket mover, right? He's not really moving up in the pocket a ton. It's very much laterally.
Yeah, it's very much just out. That's kind of how he does it. And this one.
Yeah.
This one was crazy to Duvernay.
Duvernay making the most of his offensive snaps.
I'll tell you what. This is Q once again knowing, like, hey, this is a nice protection. You got Cole Kmet chipping on number 55. You're trusting Darnell one-on-one against Parsons. You got a double team on the interior. Thuney's one-on-one with a little bit of a chip from a Nungai coming through on the action. And play's not there right away. Oh, Caleb, you got to go improvise, but you're like one of the best improvisers in the NFL. Get out there, get in space. Most definitely. Aaron here says Dalman is a great read blocker. He really is. He's crazy with the technique on it. So good at it. And yeah, what a dart. What a dart to Duvernay, man. Another one of those throws. That's going to be on the highlight film at the end of the year, and it's going to be awesome. We love old school I formation football. Dare I say T formation football?
Dare you say it?
Ben Johnson gets it. Ben Johnson is what Matt Nagy should have been.
Yeah. It's nice because Ben's the architect and the play caller, right?
Right.
I mean, Declan has some of that in terms of just advising on like maybe mismatches and matchups and things like that. But Ben is like, it's great to have like, the guy that's like picking out the ingredients, also cooking the food, right? And like, he just knows how it works.
Absolutely. Here another great reach block by Dalman.
Mm-hmm.
Open up the lane. Monangai takes some big contact on this one. I mean, it happened at times. Like the Packers got their own, man. They had a lot of big wins. They were a really physical football team at the point of attack and really challenged the Bears.
Yeah.
I think it was a good wake-up call. I think for the line, I think for the offense as a whole, like, that's why I think I'm so excited about what's to come. Oh, this is the one. This is the one.
Oh, this is the play, huh?
Amir, this is the one.
This is the one.
This is the one that if Caleb sees him soon enough, Cole Kmet's going to be naked. He's so open.
Yeah. I mean, even Swift there, right? If you just wanted the first down, he could have gotten the first down. He wouldn't have gotten more than that, but it's just.
He's got him now. He had him.
Yeah.
And he just put too much loft on the ball. And you know what? Shit happens, man.
Yeah. Look, it was fourth
Shit
down. If it fell
happens.
incomplete, it would have been the same result. And I think people are like, oh, he lost the game on an intercept. Well, he would have lost the game on an incomplete pass too. So I mean, it's like the fact that it was picked is kind of
it's
I guess, but
yeah, it's just I'll tell you what, man. I think the more and more I watch it and see it from the all 22, I think it was the right play call. And sometimes Superman's not always going to be able to save the day.
Yeah,
and
right,
they played a good football game.
Right read as well, right? It would have been one thing if it was the wrong read, but it was the right read. It was just not a good throw.
Yeah, DJ's not open here. Like everybody's like, why couldn't he throw to DJ? You'll see DJ come open when Caleb's already in the process of throwing the football.
Yeah.
That would have had to have been crazy anticipation to think DJ was going to be there.
Yeah.
And it was the right read. Komet was open. It just didn't work out. Samir, this was a freaking blast, man. I'm gonna let this thing run. But talk to me. What was your first O-line show experience like?
Oh my God, I learned a lot. You think you like know football because you watch it all the time and talk about it all the time, but there's so much nuance that you're just like, that play worked or that play didn't work. But why? Right? Why did it not work? Why did it work? How do we get it to work the next time? How do we get it to work but not have it look the exact same way? Right? It's just like so much nuance there. And I'm just excited we have a guy in our corner that understands all of that, to be like, yeah, sure, it worked this time. I can't do that again. This isn't Madden, right? Like, you have to find a way to do that again, but make it look different before I snap the ball. And there's so much to learn. And it's really exciting to kind of see what formations they're going to come out with every week and what they do out of those formations. So yeah, thanks, Ron. Thanks for answering all my questions, going through this with me. This was a blast.
It's fun. I'm glad you were able to jump on. Shout out to Q. He was watching along with us a little bit earlier, as he said, "Oh man, this one broke my heart." Among a few other plays, when it's all said and done. But Samir, what do you say we get out of here as always with a good old fashioned bear down?
Bear down, guys. Let's keep it going.